done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice for y'all. Now I gotta upprice for y'all. Snake eyes and dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hay. I'm working the ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the balls. I'm flipping the all record. I still count wins when they got it. All record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. All record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. All record. I still want the act, not the ghost. I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record.
At Clyde Ironworks, every bite starts from scratch. Fried ravioli, onion rings, wood-fired pizza, in-house beers, steak stone sizzling, pasta, pretzels, cannoli, all made by hand. Clyde Ironworks, where food is made from scratch.
I always have to have it on hand, or in my pocket, or in my car where I knew where it was. Because if I didn't know where it was, I'd panic. But that was in the beginning. And in my head, like as time went on, if I lose it or if I can't find it or I misplaced it, I'll just be like, it pops up whenever it pops up. But in the back of my mind, it's more of like, oh my God, I need it. Like, I need to find it. But in hindsight, it's just more of like, if it comes back. If it doesn't, then it was meant to be, and it's a sign that I should stop. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people who don't learn until I go through it. Just know that every year it gets harder to quit. And every year you start to feel the effect.
With me today, we're gonna have a good time. You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account. Oh my gosh. Specific answer. They're learning quick. Can we Google it? Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I'm gonna say.
Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
We only have had e-cigarettes since 2012 or 2011. So it's only been a decade, a little over a decade, and we're getting different chemicals that we don't know enough about, which will probably cause us a lot of issues in the future.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick.
Vaping has almost become like an obsession, addiction.
I always have to have it on hand.
It's got to be where I know where it is.
If I didn't know where it was, I'd panic.
I stopped pretty quick because I didn't really get the enjoyment I thought I would get out of it.
I've had friends who have used it, and it's a struggle for them.
Find your passion. Find your people. Find your purpose. Find your superior.
At Clyde Ironworks, every bite starts from scratch. Fried ravioli, golden and crisp. Onion rings, battered fresh and fried to perfection. Wood-fired pizza made from dough we craft each morning. Beer brewed in-house, steak stone sizzling, pasta tossed fresh to order. Warm pretzels, fresh filled cannoli. Nothing frozen, nothing fake. Just passion, patience, and heat. Clyde Ironworks, where food is made from scratch.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to UWS Softball, brought to you by Yellow Jacket TV in the pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, with locations in Superior, Poplar, Solon Springs, Esco, Hermantown, Hibbing, and Duluth. Make more possible with National Bank of Commerce, member FDIC. This is Matt Johnson alongside my production engineer, Evan Ludwig, coming to you live from the NBC Sports Complex here in Superior, Wisconsin, where the Yellow Jackets taking on the Northwestern Eagles in Game 3 of this 3-game UMAC Conference Series. The Yellow Jackets and the Eagles playing 2 games yesterday. We'll talk more about that in a moment. In the meantime, Yellow Jackets coming into this contest after yesterday's results at 17-12 now overall, 7-4 in the UMAC. It was Coach Melissa Fracker's 160th victory yesterday in that split against the Eagles. In the 2 games yesterday, the Eagles taking game number 1 4-1 behind a really strong game from Ireland Struby, the starting pitcher for Northwestern, while the Yellow Jackets rallied back to take game number 2 5-4, setting up this rubber match here in game 3 of this set. In game 1 yesterday, UWS just couldn't solve Struby, who dominated the action from the get-go. Yellow Jackets starter Abby Mitchell met Struby through the first mid-innings of the game in game number 1 yesterday, as the contest remained scoreless through the first 3 innings, but the Eagles broke through to score 3 times in the 4th and take a 3-0 lead. Krista Oberle drove in Hannah Story for the game's first run before Kate Trump doubled home both Oberle and Brendan Anderson in giving Northwestern the 3-0 lead after 4. The Eagles added another run in the 5th when Emma Edwards doubled home Lainey Shopper to make it a 4-0 contest, and that lead proved to be plenty for Struby, who held the Yellow Jackets without a hit until the 7th inning. In the 7th, Larissa Snyder broke up the no-hitter for the Yellow Jackets with an infield single and advanced to third on a 2-base throwing error against the Eagles. Delaney Johnson then drove in Snyder with an RBI single to right to bring UWS within 4-1, but Struby shut the door from there, throwing a complete game while posting 2 walks to go along with 12 strikeouts, and upping her record to 10-4 for the season. Mitchell took the loss for the Yellow Jackets in Game 1 and fell to 9-8 for the season, giving up 3 earned runs on 6 hits through 5 innings before Georgia Youngblood finished up in the circle for UWS. Offensively, Northwestern finished with 7 hits and was led by both Anderson and Oberle, who both went 2 for 3 with a run scored. Then in Game 2, the Yellow Jackets struck first in the bottom of the 3rd when Carly Stuckmeyer drove in Sophia Otto with a single to give UWS a 1-0 lead. Larissa Snyder then singled home Peyton Bennett for a 2-0 Yellow Jackets lead after 3. Northwestern came right back in the 4th, scoring 4 times on 6 hits to take a 4-2 lead. RBI singles from Gabrielle Keith, Kate Van Ness, and Lexi Lexvold were followed by an RBI double from Lainey Shopper to give the Eagles a 4-2 advantage heading into the bottom of the 4th, but the Yellow Jackets took the lead for good in the bottom of the frame when Otto belted her first home run of the season with 2 out. A 3-run shot to right that scored both Kylie Zwak and Delaney Johnson to give UWS a 5-4 edge. From there, Abby Mitchell shut the door in relief of starter Bethany Lewis and Georgia Youngblood, pitching the final 3 innings, allowing 3 hits while walking 1 and striking out 2. Youngblood picked up the win for UWS, pitching just a third of an inning in relief of Lewis, who went the first 3 2/3 for the Yellow Jackets while allowing 4 earned runs on 6 hits while striking out 1. Addison Hanson, meanwhile, took the loss for Northwestern, pitching the first 4 innings while allowing 5 earned runs on 9 hits while striking out 5. Emma Morrissey pitched the final 2 innings in relief of Hanson and for Northwestern. Offensively, both teams finished with 10 hits. UWS was led by Stuckmeyers, Snyder, Zwak, and Otto with 2 hits each, while Northwestern was led by Oberle, who went 3 for 4, while Shopper went 2 for 4 in the contest. So that's what happened yesterday between the Yellow Jackets and the Eagles, and like I said, it sets up this rubber match between UWS and Northwestern here in Game 3 under chilly skies, cloudy skies, in fact, in chilly conditions, I should say. Temperatures in the maybe low 40s here, and a bit of a breeze on the field as well before the opening pitch of this one. So that's the story here from Superior as the Yellow Jackets getting ready to take on Northwestern here in Game 3 of the series. And with that, we'll take a quick break before we throw things over to our public address announcer here at the stadium, Mr. Ryan Castaneda, to introduce the 2 teams, the playing of the national anthem. Then we'll have the opening pitch of this rubber match between the Yellow Jackets and the Eagles. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.
complex for today's Upper Midwest Athletic Conference softball game, featuring the University of Northwestern Eagles and your University of Wisconsin Superior Yellow Jackets. At this time, let's meet the starting lineup for today's game, beginning with the visiting Eagles. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 2, Lane Shopper. Batting second and playing right field, number 15, Dan Anderson. Batting third and playing first base, number 28, Emma Edwards. Batting fourth and left field, number 12, Krista Overly. Batting fifth, designated player, number 27, Jenna Nussbaum. Batting sixth in center field, number 4, Hannah Story. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 20, Kate Trump. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 8, Kate Van Ness. Batting ninth and catching, number 9, Hannah Wexford. In the flex position and pitching for the Eagles, number 7, Ireland Stevie. The head coach of Northwestern is Alicia DeMonso. She's assisted by Ellen Larkin, Courtney Schmidt, Rick Carlson, Kayla Hanisch, and Ellie Ronick. And now, the starting lineup for your Yellow Jackets. Leading off and playing left field, a sophomore from Harrisburg, South Dakota, number 9, Peyton Bennett. Batting second and playing third base, a junior from Delano, Minnesota, number 22, Harley Stuckmeyer. Batting third and catching, a senior from Blaine, Minnesota, number 10, Larissa Snyder. Batting fourth in center field, a senior from Somerset, Wisconsin, number 23, Mackenzie Lesha. Batting fifth at first base, a senior from Antigo, Wisconsin, number 19, Samantha Ward. Batting sixth and playing right field, a junior from Elk River, Minnesota, number 3, Darren Balabon. Batting seventh, designated player, a freshman from Elk Fork, Wisconsin, number 6, Delaney Johnson. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, a freshman from Duluth, Minnesota, number 18, Kylie Block. Batting ninth and playing second base, a sophomore from Mequon, Wisconsin, number 14, Sophia Otto. In the flex position and pitching for Superior, a sophomore from Bouquet, Minnesota, number 12, Abby Mitchell. Head coach of the Yellow Jackets in her 6th season is Melissa Bracker. She's assisted by Stu Goldberg, Tim Bach, John Hunker, and Joe Scaria. Today's umpires have been assigned by the Upper Midwest Athletic Conference. Behind the plate is Andrew Kimball. On the bases, Ray Posey. At this time, we ask you to please rise and face the flag if you are able. Fans, kindly remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
So the national anthem has been played. The two teams have been introduced by our public address announcer here in Superior, Ryan Castaneda, to my left. And we are moments away from getting this one underway. Rubber game of this 3-game set between the Yellow Jackets and the Eagles. Abby Mitchell completing her warm-up tosses here for UW Superior. Mitchell, who closed up the game, Game 2 yesterday, and took the loss in Game 1 of that doubleheader. comes into today's action, having pitched 85 and 2/3 innings, giving up 109 hits, 52 runs, 41 of which have been earned. She's walked 15 and struck out 60. Her record 9-8. Her ERA at 3.35, and she will face Lainey Shopper, Bryn Anderson, and Emma Edwards here in the top half of inning number 1. The Yellow Jacket defense looks like this. It'll be Larissa Snyder doing the catching for UWS behind the plate. The infield from left to right. Carly Stuckmeyer over at third. Kylie Zwak at shortstop. At second base is Sophia Otto, and over at first base, Samantha Swartz. The outfield from left to right, Peyton Bennett out in left, Mackenzie Lesh out in center, and Karen Balabon out in right for UWS. In the meantime, Shopper will step in the box. She's the leading hitter for the Eagles. Comes into today's action hitting at .422 on the season with 1 home run and 24 driven in. And the first pitch is swung on and grounded right to Stuckmeyer at third. Her throw to first. That retires Shopper on 1 pitch. 5-3 on the putout, 1 up, 1 down, and that now will bring up Bryn Anderson, who is the second leading hitter for the Eagles this season. Northwestern as a team hits at .350, so a good offensive team for Coach Elisa Dumonceau. And today's opening pitch, by the way, was sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, Northern Wisconsin's Island Getaway. As Mitchell, 1 pitch and 1 out. Anderson hitting .413 on the season, 5 home runs and 25 driven in. 38 hits and 92 trips for the right fielder for Northwestern. The first pitch from Abby Mitchell's off the plate for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And Mitchell for the Yellow Jackets kicks and delivers, and this pitch is swung on and hooked foul. Over the top of the Yellow Jacket dugout to my left and into the bullpen area. 1-1 your count now. Anderson will be followed by Emma Edwards here in the top half of inning number 1. Flagpole is limp to our right, so not a lot of wind at the start of this one. Plenty of cloudy skies. Temperature is not expected to get much above 45 degrees today. Rise ball now from Mitchell stays high to make it 2-1 here. Anderson had a good day yesterday at the plate. And was on base several times between the 2 games for Northwestern. And 2-1, here's the delivery. This pitch is swung out and hit out to left field in deep. That one off the top of the fence. Bennett will relay it in and will hold Anderson to a long single. Hit that one right on the nose. And that'll bring up Emma Edwards. Edwards hitting .367 entering the game today with 9 home runs and 45 driven in. She has 36 hits and 98 trips to the plate. And there's a runner on first with 1 out here. Top half of inning number 1 just underway here in Superior. Earlier start time than we thought. And the reason for that is because there's rain expected in the forecast today. By about 2 o'clock, this game was really originally started, or slated to start at noon. But they pushed it up an hour last night. I appreciate that. Ryan Castellano let me know through email. Thank you, Ryan. 0-1 your count now to Edwards with Anderson on at first. Anderson, by the way, on the season, 4 for 5 in stolen bases heading into the game today. And this pitch over the outside corner. And it's 0-2, Mitchell ahead here. So an 0-2 count here with a runner on first base, 1 down here. Top half inning number 1. And on 0-2, here's a delivery. That one stays high to even up the count now at 2-2. After today, the Yellow Jackets will take on Crown for a single game tomorrow, and then we'll host the Polars for their final 2 home games of 2026 on Saturday. As this pitch high and away, and now that runs the count full at 3-2. So on 3-2, Mitchell checking with Snyder behind the plate. And here's a delivery. Now 3-2. I thought it was 3-2 already. Guess not. Lost track of the count there, apparently. Now it's 3-2. Three-two pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Mitchell strikes out Emma Edwards. 2 down now in the inning, and that'll bring up Trista Oberle. Oberle was 3 for 4 in game number 2 yesterday. Comes in the game today hitting at .387 with no home runs and 10 driven in. She bats with 2 out and a runner on first in the form of Bryn Anderson, and this pitch is swung on and fisted foul off to the right. 0-1 your count now to the left fielder Oberle. Yellow Jackets after this weekend, by the way, will conclude the regular season with 2 games across the bridge on Wednesday against St. Scholastica. Next Wednesday, and then they will close out the regular season taking on Minnesota Morris down in Morris, as this pitch is off the plate outside, even up the count now 1-1. And we'll find out if the Yellow Jackets are off to the UMAC tournament in the second full week of May. In the meantime, 1-1 your count here to Oberle, the left fielder. And here's the delivery. It bounces up there. Nice stop by Snyder. That'll hold Anderson at first. It's now 2-1 your count. Yesterday was a busy day on campus. 3 teams in action. 2 Yellow Jacket teams across the bridge playing St. Scholastica in various sports. Talk more about those results as we move on here in this one. In the meantime, it's the 2-1 count. This one comes up and in, and now it's 3-1 here to Oberle, with Jenna Nussbaum waiting on deck. Mitchell entering the game today looking for her 10th win on the season. Yellow Jackets, meanwhile, looking for their 18th. While Northwestern's looking for their 20th victory of the campaign, as this one is high for ball 4. So Anderson now up to second. Oberle on at first with the 2-out walk, 2 on, 2 out. And now here is Jenna Nussbaum to bat. Nussbaum, we saw her pinch hit in both games yesterday. Comes into the game today hitting .353. No home runs, 4 RBIs. 34 at-bats and 12 hits so far for Nussbaum on the 2026 campaign, and here's the pitch. This one comes inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And now Lursa Snyder going to go out to the circle and chat with Abby Mitchell here. A bit more brisk today than it was yesterday, although the wind yesterday kept things pretty darn cool. Plenty of sunshine in the sky yesterday, but we are under fully cloudy skies here today. Again, rain expected in the forecast early afternoon. Early to mid-afternoon, in fact, which is why the game got moved up an hour. As Mitchell on 1-0, here's the pitch. Swung on and hit to right field. Balabon ranges over. She'll make the catch. And that'll bring it out, or bring an end, I should say, to the first inning for Northwestern. The top half of inning number 1 for Northwestern. No runs, 1 hit. No Yellow Jacket errors, 2 left aboard. We played 1/2 inning here of this rubber match between the Jackets and the Eagles. And your score so far, Northwestern nothing, Yellow Jackets coming up. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Of inning number 1. By the way, fans, if you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, tune in to Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garver and myself throughout the years. We sit down with the Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on UWS Yellow Jackets /podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. As Peyton Bennett steps in here for the Yellow Jackets, bottom half of inning number 1. We'll set the Northwestern defense for you in just a moment as Ireland Struby delivers her first pitch. That one comes up and in. She was dominant yesterday, no question about it. Gave up just the 1 run on 2 hits yesterday. It was an unearned run, by the way. Walked 2 and struck out 12. Jackets couldn't figure her out. We'll see if they can do so here today. Struby entering the game now at 10-4 on the season. As his pitch is swung on and missed. Even up the count now 1-1. 90 in the third innings pitch, giving up 90 hits, 58 runs, 42 which have been earned. She's walked 44 and struck out 100. Her record, like I said, 10-4. Her ERA 3.25. As Peyton Bennett stands in. Bennett hitting .366, and this pitch is swung on and grounded out to third base. Scooping it up and throwing over to first was Trump. Unable to handle the throw, however, was Edwards, and we'll see what they want to give as an error. Okay, it's going to be an E3. Okay, E3.
At play number 22, Carly Stuckmeyer.
So Bennett's aboard with nobody out, off the air. Here's Carly Stuckmeyer, by the way, that Northwestern defense for you. Struby, as I mentioned. As this one is bunted foul off to the right. Struby in the circle. Anna Lexvold doing the catching. The infield from left to right. Kate Trump over at third base. At shortstop is Laney Shopper. Over at second base is Kate Van Ness. Over at first base, Emma Edwards in the outfield from left to right. In left field for the Eagles, it is Trista Oberle out in center field. It is Hannah Story out in right field. It is Bryn Anderson, as this one from Stuckmeyer is bunted back to Struby. She'll throw out to first. The sacrifice completed. Bennett up to second. That's a 1-4 put out. Bennett on at second base with one out. Now here is Larissa Snyder. Snyder coming in hitting a .341 on the season with 6 home runs and 27 driven in for the Yellow Jackets. UWS has a team hitting .328 entering the game here today. And here's the pitch from Struby. This one comes inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Like I said, the Yellow Jackets yesterday had a hard time making contact. Snyder did have one of the hits for the Yellow Jackets yesterday, the infield single, and scored the Yellow Jackets' only run of the game in game number 1. And this pitch is swung on and hit deep to left. And unable to measure it is going to be the left fielder, Oberle. Bennett now going to round third. She'll dig for home, and she will score. Meanwhile, Snyder will move up to third. And the Yellow Jackets already showing more offense here against Ireland Struby in this bottom half of the first, and they showed virtually all of yesterday. It'll be an RBI double to left field for Snyder. Her 28th RBI. Bennett scoring all the way from second base. And here's Mackenzie Lesha now to bat for the Yellow Jackets. As up to third base on the throw is Snyder. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Went for the changeup, came up empty. That drop ball from Struby, that worked very well yesterday. Was also able to hit the outside corner quite often with her pitches. Hit her spots very well. Jackets, like I said, didn't adjust well, but already off to a better start here in game, or in inning number 1 of this one. As this one is bunted foul now by Lesha. Northwestern's Trump and Edwards at the corners, by the way, playing in just a little bit here. Lesha good with the bat. She does tend to bunt every so often, as the case may be. Trump in now about 2 or 3 steps at third. And a step also over at first is Edwards, as it's 0-2 now to Lesha. And Ireland Struby's pitch is swung on and poked foul off to the right. Count holding at 0-2. And on 0-2, here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away. Went with the rise ball, and Lesha fouled it to the left. Count remains 0-2 here. Sam Swartz waiting on deck for UWS. Oh, 2 pitch, and this one's off the plate outside. Now 1-2 your count to Lesha. Now in her senior season, 2-sport athlete at UWS. Interesting note on Mackenzie Lesha, been to 2 NCAA tournaments in softball and 2 NCAA tournaments in basketball with UW Superior. And as this pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right. And I don't know of any other athlete off the top of my head that can say that. Cass, can you think of any? Okay, Ryan Castaneda, the sports information director here at UWS, is going to think about that, try to figure that one out. I think that's a first for me, I think. 1-2 pitch now to Lesha. She'll swing on and pop one or poke one foul, down the right field line, and the count holding at 1-2. Well, he's already Googling it to see if he can give me an answer here. Technology is a wonderful thing, Cass. I love it. 1-2 your count. And a called third strike over the inside corner to Lesha. His first strikeout of the game for Struby, her 101st of the season, and that now will bring up Samantha Swartz. With Snyder still over at third base. Swartz with 2 out. And the first pitch from Struby swung on and missed. 0-1 your count. Swartz hitting .306 on the season. No home runs, 13 driven in. 22 hits and 72 trips to the plate this season for one of the other Yellow Jacket seniors. This pitch is swung on and tapped foul back to the screen. And Struby's ahead in the count now, 0-2. Swartz, the native of Anagoa, Wisconsin. Done a little bit of everything in her Yellow Jacket career. As this pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen on 0-2, and we'll do it again here. Struby trying to limit the damage, just the one Yellow Jacket run. 1 run on 1 hit. There has been an error so far. As on 0-2, here's the pitch. Swung on and tapped foul at the plate. Should Swartz keep the inning going, Karen Balaban would be next here for UWS. .02 delivery on the way. Here it is. Swung on and popped up on the infield. Shopper will come over. She'll make the catch, and that'll bring an end to UWS's first inning. But not before the Yellow Jackets break out on top. A run on 1 hit. There was a Northwestern error and 1 left aboard. We played 1 full inning here of this rubber match between the Yellow Jackets and Northwestern. Your score after 1, Yellow Jackets 1, Northwestern nothing. This is UWS softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. And Evan Ludwig and the rest of our crew here from Yellow Jacket TV back here for the top half of inning number 2. Here's Hannah Story. It'll be Story, Kate Trump, and Kate Van Ness to bat here against Abby Mitchell as the Yellow Jackets lead it by the score of 1-0. Story, who batted in the number 2 hole yesterday, drops down to the number 6 hole in the lineup today for Coach Alicia Dumonceau, who's in her 18th season, by the way, at the helm of the Northwestern program, one of the deans, if not the dean of coaching, I think, in the conference. In the meantime, Story coming to the game today, hitting .348, 3 home runs, 27 RBIs. And first pitch strike from Mitchell. Here's the second delivery, and this one stays high to even up the count now at 1-1. Mitchell, a native of Cloquet, about half hour down southbound 35. I-35 across the bridge. As the 1-1 pitch is swung on and hit down the right field line. Balaban's going to come over and have a look, and she will let it go foul. And Mitchell heading the count now 1-2. Northwestern, by the way, as the games are starting to pile up for both teams here down the stretch, they're Going to be taking on Martin Luther for 3 this weekend. As on 1-2, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Story goes down on strikes. Leading off the top of the second, and that now will bring up Kate Trump. Trump entering the game hitting .368, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs. 25 hits and counting this season for Trump. She had a 2-run double in game number 1 yesterday against Abby Mitchell. And we're going to have a timeout called now at home plate. First pitch from Mitchell is off the plate for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch from Abby Mitchell. Here's her delivery. Swung on and grounded back to the box into center field for a base hit. Past the diving Kylie's walk. So 1 out single to center. Second hit of the game for Northwestern. And that'll bring up Kate Van Ness now. Van Ness hitting .271 with no home runs and 12 driven in. 19 for 70 so far this year. Over at first base is Trump. One thing we have not seen a lot of is stolen base attempts between the two teams. Larissa Snyder behind the plate has a very good arm. Trump, by the way, just 1 for 1 in stolen bases, so she's not prone to running anyway. Ball 1. No, ball 2 as that one's off the plate. 2-0 your count now to Kate Van Ness with Hannah Lexvold, the starting catcher here for Northwestern, waiting on deck. 1 down, 1 on here, top half inning number 2 with this rubber match between the Yellow Jackets and Northwestern. UWS up 1-0 at the moment. As here's the 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss, went for the rise ball, came up empty. 2 strikeouts so far for Abby Mitchell. It's interesting to talk to Coach Melissa Fracker going in the week. She called this opening and closing home week for UWS. All 6 home games remaining on the schedule will be played in these 4 days, starting yesterday. This pitch over the outside corner evens up the count now 2-2. Such is the nature of spring sports in the upper Midwest. If all of you back home, I'm sure, are familiar with it. Basically, everything is a what if. As this pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen, count remains 2-2. Wind beginning to blow in just a little bit now from right field. Let's see how that affects things. Only 1 home run yesterday. That was Sophia Otto's first of the season. Proved to be the game winner for the Yellow Jackets in game number 2, a 3-run shot for the sophomore from Mequon, Wisconsin. And she's at second base for the Yellow Jackets right now. Swartz, by the way, playing in a couple steps over at first. And this pitch called third strike. Second strikeout of the inning, third of the game here so far for Mitchell. Good spot in the inside corner. 2 down now, and here's Hannah Lexvold to bat. .250 her batting average, 17 hits and 68 trips, no home runs, 15 RBIs for Lexvold. As Mitchell now checks with Snyder behind the plate. And here's the pitch. Swung on, hit the center field. Lesha calling for it. She'll come in, she'll make the catch, and that'll bring an end to inning number 2. For the Eagles in the second, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left aboard. We played an inning and a half here of game 3 of this set. In your score, Yellow Jackets 1, Northwestern 0. This is UWS Softball. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second right after this on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Johnson and Kylie's walk to bat here against Ireland Struby. Yellow Jackets with a run on a hit. And no errors. Northwestern, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error so far. As Karen Balabon steps in for UWS. And the first pitch to Balabon is out to play for ball. Balabon, .323 her batting average in her junior season now for Milk River, Minnesota. No home runs, 17 driven in, 30 hits and 93 trips. Balabon squares around and bunts it back to the screen. One pitch here to Balabon. Swung on and lifted down the left field line, and it's going to slice foul. Right in the bullpen where Georgia Youngblood is warming up down there for the Yellow Jackets. She got a win yesterday in 1/3 of an inning pitched. I had a chance to talk to her about that as well. She said it's the most unearned victory she's ever had in her pitching career. She had a kind of a funny quip about that. 1-2 your count. And this pitch is high and off the plate, 2-2. I told her, basically, you never know what's going to happen in a game. That's the game. You were the pitcher of record. And she said, yeah. She said it just felt kind of weird. Two and two your count now to Balabon, leading off the second here for UWS, and she'll bounce that one foul over toward head coach Melissa Fracker in the coach's box over there. It was interesting to get the players' kind of responses to things at times. Two pitch on the way. That one high and away. Now 3-2 to Balabon. She'll be followed by Johnson and Zwak here. Bottom half of inning number 2 for UWS. And on 3-2, here's Struby's delivery. Swung on and fouled back to the screen again. Balabon was a two-sport athlete in high school, also played on the Elk River hockey team while she was in high school. A lot of two-sport athletes on this UWS team. We've talked about that in the past. In fact, several of these players are two-sports. We talked about Mackenzie Lesher last inning. As this pitch is swung on and grounded right back to Struby. She'll toss the first, 1-3 on the putout. 1 up, 1 down, and here's Delaney Johnson now to bat for the Yellow Jackets.
Designated player number 6, Delaney Johnson.
He's had a very good freshman year, has Johnson, hitting an even .500 now. 17 out of 34 with 2 home runs and 9 RBIs. She had the Yellow Jackets' lone RBI in game number 1 yesterday. Yeah, Struby kicks and delivers. Check swing over the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 your count here to Johnson. One delivery from Struby. Swung on a lifted foul. Edwards comes over to have a look. Almost ran to Stu Goldberg over there. There's been quite a few moments where we've almost had collisions here. And Coach Goldberg looked a little bit sheepish there on that one. 0-2 your count here. Forget they're in close quarters sometimes. 0-2 pitch on the way. Change of pace, stays high. 1-2 your count now to the Yellow Jacket designated player here, Delaney Johnson. She actually came in and played second base yesterday for the Yellow Jackets. Took Otto out of the game, and Sophia Otto didn't reappear in the game until the second, or on the day, until the second game of the doubleheader. As this pitch is swung on and fouled back towards us. 1-2 remains your count now, Delaney Johnson. With Zwak waiting on deck. One-two pitch. Change of pace again. This one off the plate to even up the count now, 2-2. UWS also showing a lot more life here in the batter's box than they did against Struby yesterday. So they've made some adjustments in between number 1 yesterday of the doubleheader and today. 2-2 pitch. Got her swinging. Went with the rise ball. Came up empty. Second strikeout for Struby. 2 down here in the second, and that now will bring up Kylie's walk.
Shortstop number 18, Kylie Swak.
Swak hitting .328 on the season with 1 home run and 13 driven in. 20 hits and 61 at-bats for Zwak. Native of Duluth, and she takes a pitch up and in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Struby, 2 out, nobody on, delivers. This pitch is swung on and fouled back to the right. One and one, your count now does walk. One delivery on the way. This one's well off the plate outside to make it now 2-1 to Kylie's walk. Graduate of Duluth East High School across the bridge. Here in the Twin Ports of Duluth and Superior. Waiting on 2-1. Here's the delivery. That one also well off the plate. And it's now 3-1 here to Zwak. With Sophia Otto, the hero of game number 2 for the Yellow Jackets yesterday, waiting on deck. Three-one pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled off the catcher. Lexvold back to the screen, and the count is full. Now 3-2 your count here to Kylie's walk. Three-two pitch on the way. Here it is. Swung on and fouled away again. Count remains 3-2. Three-two pitch, forthcoming. Here it is, and it's out the plate for ball 4. So Zwak draws a 2-out walk. First issued by Struby here, and that'll bring up Sophia Otto. Otto, who started at second base in both games, like you said, got replaced by Delaney Johnson early in game number 1. Didn't have any at-bats, and then in game number 2, reached base all 3 times. And the first pitch to Otto is up and in for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Otto hitting .255 now in the season. 1 home run, 8 RBIs. That 1 home run yesterday, the 3-run shot that gave the Jackets the 5-4 win in game number 2. She has 12 hits and 47 at-bats for the season. And this pitch comes inside, called strike, and it quickly is 1-1 here to Otto. Zwak over at first base. She runs well, although she's only got 1 stolen base on the season. 1-1 pitch. Check swing, up and in, and makes it now 2-1. And now Otto asking home plate umpire for time. Now she steps back into the box here. Was Zwak over at first on a 2-1 delivery here from Struby. Swung on and fisted in the air, and that one will land foul. And the count now is evened up at 2-2. Should Otto reach, should be Peyton Bennett to bat next. As Otto steps in here. Two-two pitch. Swung on and fouled back again. 2-2 remaining in the count here. 2-2 delivery. That one bounces up there. Skipped away from Lexfold. The throw down to second. Not going to be in time. Walk advances on the wild pitch. And the count now 3-2 here to Otto. Three-two pitch, forthcoming here from Ireland Struby. And here's her delivery. This one comes inside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks here now with 2 out. Runners on first and second, and we flip to the top of the batting order now for Peyton Bennett. And now there's going to be a meeting out in the circle here, it looks like, for the Northwestern coaching staff. Peyton Bennett still looking for her first hit of the series. Took the offer yesterday, reached on an error in the first, and then came around to score on the RBI double by Larissa Snyder. So she's 0 for 1 with a run scored is Peyton Bennett. Still leading the Yellow Jackets in multiple categories, though. Most hits on the season, 34 of them. Highest batting average at 366 coming into the day. Also tied with Snyder for second on the team in at-bats, or excuse me, at stolen bases.
Left fielder number 9, Peyton Bennett.
15 out of 17 in stolen bases for the sophomore from South Dakota. She's got 2 aboard here, with 2 out as Struby gets ready to deliver, and here's the pitch. That one's in there for a strike over the inside corner. 0-1 your count now to Bennett. Bennett's been seeing a lot of first pitch strikes here in the 3 games. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Bennett swings and fouls back, and she's down 0-2. Oh, and 2 now to Bennett. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. One rides high. 1-2 your count now to Peyton Bennett. Struby's had to throw a lot of pitches here so far through nearly 2 innings. 48 pitches already. Here's the delivery. This one also off the plate. Aims up the count now 2-2. So the Jackets making her work. She didn't have to work very hard yesterday, it didn't feel like. Now 2-2 here to Bennett. And here's a delivery. That one off the plate as well. And that now runs it to 3-2 with Carly Stuckmeyer waiting on deck. Three-two pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back. Struby, one of the leading strikeout pitchers in the UMAC. Actually second in strikeouts in the league, only trailing Emily Meyer of Bethany Lutheran coming in the game today. Sun trying to peek out here for a second on 3-2. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Bennett down on strikes. And that brings an end to the bottom half of inning number 2. For the Yellow Jackets, no runs, no hits, no Northwestern errors, 2 left aboard. We've played 2 complete innings here of this rubber match between the Yellow Jackets and the Eagles. Your score after 2, Yellow Jackets 1, Northwestern nothing. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here for the top half of inning number 3. Laney Shopper, Bryn Anderson, and Emma Edwards the bat here. Against Abby Mitchell, who's pitched 2 scoreless innings thus far. Shopper 0 for 1, grounded out to third on 1 pitch, leading off the game back in the first. And the first pitch for Mitchell is in there for a strike. 0-1 your count. Abby Mitchell so far 3 strikeouts, giving up a couple of hits through 2 innings. She's had the count here 0-1. And here's a delivery. That one off the plate outside. Even up the count now at 1-1. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and popped up. Might be playable. Otto running over. She'll make the catch. So 1 up and 1 down. And now bring up Bryn Anderson. She's been probably the most consistent hitter for Northwestern here over the 3 games. 1 for 1 in this one, singled to left. Reached base in all 3 contests. And here's the pitch. Leaves it off the outside corner for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0, here it is. Rise ball stays up. Now 2-0 your count here to Anderson. Two-0 pitch on the way. Swung on and ground to third, and it'll skip by Stuckmeyer. Rounding first, digging for second. It'll be Anderson. I think that'll be an E5. What do you think? Just a little bit of hesitation there, but. So the tying run at second with 1 down, and here's Emma Edwards, the bat. She struck out swinging in her first plate appearance back in the first. And here's the pitch. High for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
At the plate, number 28, Emma Edwards.
Edwards, the leading home run hitter in the conference, with 9 of them so far this season. Those 45 RBIs as well. This one comes over the inside corner to even up the count now 1-1. Mitchell on 1-1. Leaves that one high. Now 2-1 your count. Two-one delivery on the way. Now 1 high now for 3-1. Three-one pitch on the way now from Abby Mitchell. I want to call a strike over the outside corner, and she's run it full now at 3-2. And the 3-2 offering, here it is. Called, third strike over the outside corner. Second time Edwards has gone down on strikes. 2 out now in the inning, and that now will bring up Trista Oberly.
Left fielder number 12, Trista Oberly.
Oberly walked in the first inning. By the way, that's the 4th strikeout now for Abby Mitchell. Through 2 2/3. And here's the pitch. Swung on and fisted foul off to the right. Came inside, jammed her a bit. She fouls it off. 0-1. Your count here, 2 out. Top half inning number 3. Yellow Jackets holding on to a 1-0 lead. UWS scored their run unearned in the bottom half of inning number 1. As Mitchell on 0-1, here's the pitch. That went over the outside corner, and she's quickly ahead against Oberly, now 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. On the way, here it is. Went with the rise ball, left it high. 1-2 now your count here to the left fielder, Oberly. And here's the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and fouled off to the right. One-two pitch coming here from Abby Mitchell. Swung on, hit the left field. Bennett measuring it. She'll make the catch. And that'll bring an end to the Northwestern half of inning number 3. For the Eagles in the third, no runs, no hits, 1 Yellow Jacket error, 1 left aboard. We played 2.5 innings here of Game 3 of this series. Your score, Yellow Jackets 1, Northwestern nothing. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here for the bottom half of the third. Fans get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jackets Sideline store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, hats, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jackets Sideline store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. As Carly Stuckmeyer steps in for her second plate appearance. No official at bat for Stuckmeyer. She sacrificed Peyton Bennett to second base in the first inning on a 1-4 scoring play. Comes in the game today, hitting .318 for UWS with no home runs, 17 RBI. She has 28 hits in 88 trips. And she's working on a 1-1 count now against Ireland Struby. Leading off the bottom half of the third here for the Yellow Jackets, Stuckmeyer, Snyder, and Lesha due up for UWS in this half inning as this pitch is off the plate to make it now 2-1 to Stuckmeyer, now in her junior season. Native of Delano, Minnesota. Awaits the 2-1 offering. Here it is. That one's off the plate for 3-1. Like I said, the Yellow Jackets making Struby work so far a lot here. She's over 50 pitches already. And is on 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. And the count's been run full now 3-2. Stuckmeyer, who runs very well, leads the Yellow Jackets in stolen bases. She's a perfect 17 for 17 in swipes this year. So if she gets on, she's a threat to steal. 3-2 your count here to the third base player, Carly Stuckmeyer. And this pitch comes inside for ball 4. So that's the third walk already issued by Struby here. And now Larissa Snyder will step in. She has the Lone hit of the game for the Yellow Jackets, but it was a big one. An RBI double to left that scored Peyton Bennett in the first. She's 1 for 1. It was RBI number 28 for Snyder on the season, and she steps in here with a runner on first, nobody out. And now this one bunted up the line, perfectly placed. And the throw to first is going to be just in time. So sacrifice from Snyder. Moving up to second base is Stuckmeyer, and that'll bring up Mackenzie Lesha now for the Yellow Jackets.
Center fielder number 23, Mackenzie Lesha.
Talked about her being a two-time and two-sport NCAA participant in tournaments for the Yellow Jackets. She comes in today hitting at .313. 1 home run and 17 RBIs as this pitch is swung out and bounced foul at the plate. 0-1 your count. Stuckmeyer, as I mentioned, who runs well out at second base. With 1 out after the sacrifice by Snyder. And the 0-1 delivery. Swung on and bounced towards short. Shopper up with it. And now they're going to say that she was thrown out at second. That's a tight claw. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Lesha over at first base now. Going to be a 6-4 scoring play to cut down Stuckmeyer. 2 out now, and here is Sam Swartz, the bat. 0 for 1 popped out to short to end the bottom half of the first for the Yellow Jackets. She takes a first pitch strike over the inside corner. 0-1 to Swartz now with Lesha over at first. Pitch is swung on and popped up down the right field line in foul ground. And 3 Northwestern players, Edwards, Anderson, and also Van Ness, coming over to have a look. None of them came up with it. So it's a strike on Samantha Swartz. It now is 0-2 to the Yellow Jacket first base player. 2 out here, bottom half of the third. Mackenzie Lesha on at first. And Ireland Struby kicks and delivers. The pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right. I believe it went down to the bog over there on the right. Whoever has to retrieve that one's going to have a good time, I think. This pitch is swung on and bounced to third. Up with it, Trump. She'll throw over to first. 2 Edwards, that retires Swartz. 5-3 on the scoring play, and that'll bring an end to the Yellow Jackets half of inning number 3. For UWS, in the third, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left aboard. We've played 3 complete innings. Your score, Yellow Jackets 1, Northwestern nothing. This is UWS softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Top half of the fourth, it'll be Jenna Nussbaum, Hannah Story, and Kate Trump to bat here against Abby Mitchell. For the Yellow Jackets, 1-0 your score. The Yellow Jackets in the lead as Nussbaum steps in. She's 0 for 1 and flew out to right to conclude the top half of the first for the Eagles. As Mitchell kicks and delivers, and the first pitch bounces up there for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch, swung on and hit hard, but foul. And that one also going in the bog to the right. Those of you who don't know, there's a sort of Sort of resigned look here on athletic director Nick Bursick's face. I guess he's the ball shagger for the day, but there's sort of a bog behind the dugout and the bullpens to the right. More of a swamp, I guess you could say, kind of a mini swamp. This pitch off the plate to make it now 2-1 to Nussbaum, and it's no fun going over the get foul balls, which is, I believe, why we saw the look that we saw on A.D. Bursick's face as he went over to retrieve that foul ball. 2-1 pitch. That one stays high. Now it's 3-1 here to Nussbaum, with Story waiting on deck. Mitchell now on 3-1. Swung on and bounced to first. Swartz will take it on a hop. She'll take it 3 unassisted. That retires Nussbaum. 1 up and 1 down here in the 4th, and that'll bring up Hannah Story. Story 0 for 1. Struck out swinging, leading off the 2nd. She bats with 1 out, nobody on. Top half inning number 4. And the pitch, squaring around, offering at, and coming up empty. On the butt attempt is Story. 0-1 your count. Mitchell delivers, swung on, ground up to short, just walk up with it, throws to first. And Story is down on a 6-3 scoring play. 2 up and 2 down here in the 4th, and that now will bring up Kate Trump. Trump 1 for 1, singled to center, and then was stranded on first in the 2nd. And Mitchell now with 2 out, nobody on. Will deliver. This one is swung on and popped back towards us. 0-1 your count on the foul ball off the bat of Kate Trump. That foul ball a little easier to retrieve. 0-1 pitch. Rides high, now 1-1. One pitch. Check swing as that one rides high. 2-1 now to Trump. As Abby Mitchell kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Good spot there for Mitchell. Swinging right through it was Trump. And that evens up the count now 2-2 with 2 down here in the top half of the 4th. Mitchell on 2-2. Kicks and delivers, and this pitch is off the plate. Now it's been run full, 3-2. Should Trump reach, it would be Kate Van Ess. That would bat next here for Northwestern. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Well, the AD is going to get plenty of steps in, it appears here. He's kind of anointed himself the designated ball shagger here. Three and 2 remains your count. Under cloudy skies here. Again, we're expecting rain early afternoon here. As the 3-2 pitch forthcoming here from Abby Mitchell. And it's high for ball 4. So Trump works out the walk. She's on base for the second time. Second walk issued by Abby Mitchell. She has 4 strikeouts in the game so far. And now Kate Van Ess will bat. With a runner aboard. And 2 out. As Van Ess, who took a called third strike in the second, steps in there. Trump over at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit hard and foul. into the bullpen area down to our left. 0-1 your count. Oh, 1 delivery. Change up. Stays off the plate. Evens up the count now 1-1. One pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Came up and in on her. And Van Ness swung through it. 1-2 now. Mitchell ahead in the count with 2 out here in the 4th. That pitches the ball. Snap throw down to first. Diving back in head first in time is going to be Trump. And the count even now at 2-2. Two pitch on the way from Mitchell. One inside, now 3-2. Full count here as Mitchell kicks and delivers, and this pitch is high for ball 4. So now back-to-back walks issued by Mitchell after retiring the first 2. And now out to the circle comes head coach Melissa Fracker. And now she's going to have a conversation as well with her team. Tight ball games have been, like I said, the norm between these two teams. The all-time series, Yellow Jackets lead it now 22-19 after yesterday, but it's been back and forth. Talked about yesterday as well. The two teams met 5 times in 2025. Jackets took 3 of the 5. 2 of 3 down at Reynolds Field last year, and then the two teams split their 2 matchups in the UMAC tournament a year ago. Of course, they split yesterday, and a tight ball game here today, so this is just right on cue for the all-time series between the two schools. In the meantime, Hannah Lexvold steps in with 2 aboard, 2 out. She's 0 for 1, flew out the center in her lone up bat, and this time she swings and hits one to left. Bennett will drop back. She'll make the catch, and that will finally bring an end to the top half of the 4th for Northwestern. For the Eagles in the 4th, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left aboard. We've played 3.5. Halfway home in this one, your score, Yellow Jackets 1, Northwestern nothing. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here for the bottom half of the 4th, it'll be Karen Balaban, Delaney Johnson, and Kylie Zwak to bat here against Ireland Struby. Only combined 3 hits between the two teams here through nearly 4 complete innings of action. A lot of walks and strikeouts so far here. The Yellow Jackets with the lone run here so far that came way back in the bottom of the 1st. And as Balaban squares around, takes the first pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Corner infielders Edwards at first, and Trump over at third, playing in a few steps now for the Yellow Jacket right fielder. 1-0 delivery. That's off the plate as well. Now 2-0 to Balaban. Again, to be followed by Johnson and Zwak, the two freshmen here for the Yellow Jackets. Bottom half of the fourth. Two-0 pitch. Swung on, hit the center field. Ranging over to make the catch is the center fielder, Hannah Story. She'll make the grab. 1 up and 1 down here on the fly out to center. Balaban now 0 for 2. And that'll bring up Delaney Johnson.
Designated player number 6, Delaney Johnson.
0 for 1, struck out in the second. One of 3 strikeouts for Ireland Struby through 3 1/3. And she stands in, and here's the first pitch to her. Swung on and popped foul off to the right. 0-1, you're counting out to the Yellow Jackets designated player. Struby kicks and delivers. Took a little bit off of it. Swinging through it was Johnson, and now is 0-2 your count. To your count now. Here's the delivery. Left that one high. 1-2 your count now to Johnson. One-two delivery from Struby. That one's high and off the plate. Makes it now 2-2. Struby with 1 out here on a 2-2 count to Delaney Johnson. Kicks and delivers. And this one is swung on and tapped foul, back to the screen. Count holding at 2-2 here to the Yellow Jacket freshman. Cemented herself in the lineup here for the Yellow Jackets over the past few weeks. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and bounced foul again. If nothing else, the Yellow Jackets have definitely made Ireland Struby throw a lot of pitches here so far in game number 2. She's got to be approaching 70, I would think, by now. 71? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Castaneda. Two pitch. Swung on and fall back again. Two remains your count here. A lot of deep counts here for the Yellow Jackets against Ireland Struby today. And the 2-2 offering. Swung on and popped up on the infield. Shopper will come in a couple steps and she'll make the catch. 2 up and 2 down, and now that'll bring up Kylie Zwak for the Yellow Jackets.
Shortstop number 18, Kylie Zwak.
Zwak walked back in the second, advanced the second on a wild pitch and was stranded there. So she has no official at bat here so far. In game number 3, she steps in here with 2 out, nobody on, and here's the pitch from Struby. Swung on and looped out in the left field for a base hit. So Zwak with the 2-out single to left, second hit of the game for the Yellow Jackets. And that now will bring up Sophia Otto. Nice job of hitting there by the freshman Zwak. Both teams with 2 hits now in the ball game. Both teams have had runners on in every inning. And still only 1-0 here with 2 out in the fourth. And as Otto steps in here. First pitch. Comes inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One 1-0 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Came inside on Otto and she swung through it. And evens up the count now 1-1. Otto, one of the 2 sport athletes, also plays on the women's golf team here at UWS. And she awaits a 1-1 pitch now coming up as Zwak over at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen by Otto. 1-2 now your count to the Yellow Jackets second base player. With 2 out here in the fourth. One-two pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Otto goes down on strikes, and that brings an end to the Yellow Jackets half of inning number 4. For UWS in the fourth, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left aboard. We played 4 complete innings. Your score, Yellow Jackets 1, Northwestern nothing. We'll come back with the top of the 5th right after this on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Shopper, Bryn Anderson, and Emma Edwards, the top 3 in the batting order for the Eagles against Abby Mitchell. Locked in a pitcher's duel heading to the 5th inning. Combined 1 run on 4 hits between the 2 teams through 4 innings. As Mitchell steps in now against Shopper, toes the rubber in the center circle. Shopper so far 0 for 2. And the first pitch to her swung on and fouled off to the right. Going out to third in the on the first pitch of the game, in the top half of the first, and then popped out to second in the third. Mitchell on the 0-1. Kicks and delivers. This pitch is swung on and hit out into the gap. That's going to get all the way to the fence. Shopper digging for second as the throw comes in, and she'll have a leadoff double here. So the tying run in scoring position with nobody out here for Northwestern in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring up Bryn Anderson now to bat. And Melissa Fracker is coming out now. And I think there's going to be a pitching change here for UWS, and there is. So Abby Mitchell is going to check out of the game here. They're pitching 4+ innings here for UWS. The new pitcher is going to be Georgia Youngblood, it appears, for the Yellow Jackets.
Georgia Youngblood.
Youngblood, who got the win in game number 2 yesterday. Comes in making her 9th appearance of the season. She's pitched 13 innings, giving up 17 hits. 7 runs, 6 of which have been earned. She's walked 2 and struck out 2. Her record 1-1, and her ERA 3.23. And she will come on here with a runner again in scoring position. Lainey Shopper, who runs very well. Being base stealer on the season for the Eagles. Meanwhile, Bryn Anderson and Emma Edwards are due up next in the batting order here for Northwestern. That's the 3rd hit of the game now for the Eagles, by the way, that leadoff double by Shopper. Their first extra base hit of the game. And Youngblood, who pitched in both games yesterday for UWS. As Anderson steps in here, been on base both times. 1 for 2, reached on an error in the 3rd, singled in the 1st. The first pitch to her swung on and fouled back. 0-1 your count. Youngblood on 0-1. Swung on and hit deep to left, but it's going to hook foul. Home run distance, but couldn't straighten it out. Anderson has home run power. 5 of them so far this season. Youngblood's ahead in the count now 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit very high. Back behind second. Sophia Otto comes over. She'll make the catch. So Anderson pops out, 1 out now, and here's Edwards to bat. 0 for 2 has a pair of strikeouts, both of them against Abby Mitchell. Strikeout swing in the first, took a Coulter strike in the third. She bats with one out, the tying run out at second base in the form of Laney Shopper. And the first pitch is swung on and hit high to right field. Coming over, though, to make the catch is going to be Lesha. So quickly 2 down now in the fifth, and that'll bring up Trista Oberly.
Left fielder number 12, Trista Oberly.
And the first pitch from Youngblood over the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 your count. Next pitch swung on and bounced foul by Oberly, and Youngblood in the count, ahead in the count now 0-2. Looks like Snyder wants a new softball, so she'll give it to Youngblood on 0-2 now. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Youngblood comes in and does the job. Retires 3 straight. And the Yellow Jackets get out of the inning without surrendering the tying run after the leadoff double by Laney Shopper. For the Eagles in the top half of the fifth, no runs, 1 hit, no Yellow Jacket errors, and 1 left aboard. We played 4.5. Your score, Yellow Jackets 1, Northwestern nothing. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. The Yellow Jacket batting order due up here in the bottom of the fifth. Peyton Bennett, Carly Stuckmeyer, and Larissa Snyder due up here against Ireland Struby.
Left fielder number 9, Peyton Bennett.
Bennett so far still looking for her first hit of the series. Now 0 for 9 here so far over the 3 games. So she's definitely due as Struby kicks and delivers. And the first pitch is a strike over the outside corner. 0-1 your count now to Bennett. And a couple of foul balls go off of the knob of the bat yesterday. She said that pinky finger on her left hand is still a little bit sore after the first one yesterday. A chance to talk with her about that before the game. 0-1 pitch. Bennett now bunts it up the third base line. Trump up and throws to first, and that retires Bennett. 5-3 the scoring play. Bennett still looking for that first hit. Now 0 for 10 in the series. And now here's Carly Stuckmeyer for the Yellow Jackets.
At plate number 22, Carly Stuckmeyer.
Went out, nobody on here in the bottom of the fifth. And here's Struby's pitch. Comes inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch on the way. Called strike over the outside corner. Evens up the count now 1-1. Struby so far with 4 strikeouts and 3 walks, giving up a couple of hits and an unearned run thus far. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and golfed foul off to the right. One and 2 now the count here to Carly Stuckmeyer. One-two pitch. Just off the outside corner, even at the count now 2-2. Two-two pitch. Swung on and fouled away again here by Stuckmeyer. Two-two pitch on the way. Comes inside. Off the plate, and the count's been run full 3-2. A lot of full counts here so far for the Yellow Jackets in the batter's box. Not a lot of hits, but they've, like I said, they've been making Struby throw a lot of pitches here so far. 3-2 pitch on the way. And a called third strike over the outside corner. 2 up, 2 down now in the fifth, and here's Larissa Snyder to bat.
Catcher number 10, Larissa Snyder.
1 for 1 with a sacrifice so far is Snyder. And the first pitch comes up and in, and she fouls it back to the screen. 0-1 your count. Again, the Jackets will be back in action right back here tomorrow, taking on Crown. 4 p.m. the opening pitch against the Polars, first of 3 between UWS and Crown. They'll close out the home portion of 2026 as this pitch is swung on and hit high in the air. Right field coming in to make the catch is Anderson. The Yellow Jackets go down in order for the first time here today on the fly out to right. For UWS in the fifth, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We head to the sixth. UWS still leading at 1-0. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Have you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets? Get started and receive 200 points for registering and 200 more for downloading the app. Add points by attending games and uploading photos to the Crowd Cameo. Redeem your points in the Swarm Central store where you can get t-shirts, coffee mugs, playing cards, stickers, and more. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. Jenna Nussbaum will bleed off here for Northwestern in the top half of the sixth against reliever Georgia Youngblood. Youngblood, who came in to relieve Abby Mitchell last inning, retired 3 straight after a leadoff double, and now she pitches to Nussbaum. 1 ball, no strikes. This pitch off the plate, and now is 2-0. The count here to Nussbaum, who so far is 0 for 2, with a fly out to right and then a ground out to first in her 2 previous at-bats. As Youngblood's pitch missed somewhere, I'm not sure where. That's up and out. 3-0 now your count. And here's the pitch. That one a called strike. 3-1 now your count to Nussbaum. Hannah Story and Kate Trump 2 up in this half inning as well here for Northwestern. The top of the sixth. 3-1 pitch swung on and hooked foul over the Northwestern dugout to our right. And now the count's been run full, 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way. Swung on and grounded out towards second. Otto up with it. Throws to first. 4-3 scoring play. 1 up and 1 down. 4 in a row sat down now by Georgia Youngblood since coming in relief of Abby Mitchell. And that'll bring up Hannah Story, who is 0 for 2. Flew to center in the second, and then grounded out to short in the fourth. Went out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. 0-1 your count. Youngblood on 0-1. Here's her pitch. That one off the plate outside now to even up the count, 1-1. Youngblood, one of the seniors on this Yellow Jacket squad for head coach Melissa Fracker. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and hit the center field and deep. Way back, and that's gone. Solo shot to center. And we're tied up as Story with the home run, and we have a 1-1 contest now. For Hannah Story, it is home run number 4, RBI number 28. And we're tied up at 1 apiece. I'll bring up Kate Trump now to bat. So 1-1 contest here. So that changes the equation again here as this first pitch from Youngblood is low and inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch, swung on and missed by Trump. That evens up the count now 1-1. One delivery. Swung on and tap right back to Youngblood. She'll throw to first. Throws a little bit high, but Swartz able to maintain her balance. Comes down with it and steps on the bag. It's a 1-3 scoring play. 2 down now here in the 6th, and that'll bring up Kate Maness. And the first pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. 0-1 your count. Oh, one delivery on the way. That one off the plate outside. Evens up the count now 1-1. For the Eagles, that's their 4th hit of the ball game. That home run to center field by Story. And this pitch comes over the inside corner. And Youngblood ahead in the count now 1-2. One-two pitch. Swung on and grounded through the box. Up with it is Walk. Throws to first. Retires Van Ness on the 6-3 scoring play, and that retires the Eagles in the top half of the 6th. But not before they tie the game on the solo home run to center for Hannah Story. Our 4th home run of the year. Ties it up. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left aboard. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Your score, Yellow Jackets 1, Northwestern 1. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Sam Swartz and Karen Balaban do up here against Ireland Struby. That's a total of 6 hits between the two teams. 4 for the Eagles, 2 for the Yellow Jackets here so far. And Mackenzie Lesha will lead things off here for UWS, 0 for 2. As the first pitch comes inside to her for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Leschetz called third strike on her first plate appearance back in the first, and then reached on a fielder's choice on a 6-4 scoring play in the third. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and hit hard to right center field. But running it down on the track will be the center fielder, Story, who just tied the game with a home run in the top half of the inning. Leschetz now 0 for 3 in the ball game, and that'll bring up Sam Swartz to bat. Swartz so far 0 for 2 with a pop out and a ground out. Struby kicks and delivers. That pitch is swung on and hit high left field, short. Coming in, trying to make the catch was Oberle. She ends up dropping the ball, and Swartz will pull up into second. Double. They're going to give her a double on that one. Long run there for Oberle. She had to come into her left. So Swartz with her first hit. And here's Karen Balabon to bat now. So the lead run out at second here with one out in the sixth. And the first pitch to Balabon is low for a ball. Want to know to Balabon, who so far is 0 for 2. Squares around, takes a called strike. She grounded out to the pitcher in the second and flew to center in the fourth. 1-1, you're counting out to Balabon, the right fielder here for UWS. 1-1 pitch. Low and away to make it now 2-1. Infield coming in a bit here now for Balabon, who is known as a slapper here for Coach Melissa Fracker. And now Coach Fracker looks like she's going to make a change here on the 2-1 count. Maybe a pinch runner here coming in for Swartz. And the Yellow Jackets are going to make the switch. And he's coming in for the first time is Maya Anderson. So Anderson will come in as a pinch runner here for Swartz out at second. Anderson, who runs well. Two-sport athlete, by the way, also plays on the women's hockey team here at UWS. Stands out at second. On a 2-1 count now to Karen Balabon. 2-1 delivery. And Ireland Struby staying away from Balabon. That pitch low and away to make it now 3-1. Delaney Johnson would bat next here for UWS. In the bottom half of the sixth. 1-1 contest. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and lifted out in the left field. And that one will get down for a base hit. Anderson, after hesitating, now will pull up at third. Into second base goes Balabon. So we'll put that as a single to left and then advancing on the throw. So now runners on second and third. And Northwestern is going to have a meeting in the circle here, and looks like we're going to have a switch here of some sort. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. Hannah Story going over to left fielder Oberle. They're having a conversation over there. So the lead run for the Yellow Jackets at third base with one out. Meanwhile, Balabon, who just singled, is over in left field. Oberle had a poor read on that ball. I thought I was going to hang up there for her for a second, and then she just didn't come in on it. And now the meeting is over, so we'll see what they decide to do here. They may try to pitch around Johnson maybe to get a force out any base. In the meantime, they're going to bring the infield in, which makes sense here for the Eagles, considering the way the game has gone. So everybody a step in. 2 steps in on the corners now from Trump and Edwards. And Johnson stands in. 0 for 2 here so far against Struby. Well, she did have an RBI in game 1 yesterday. And the first pitch is swung on and bounced foul. 0-1 your count now to Johnson, the freshman. Well, like I said, it's had a very good freshman year for the Yellow Jackets, Delaney Johnson. 0-1 your count. And here's the pitch. Called strike over the outside corner, and now it's 0-2. With Kylie's walk waiting on deck. Oh, 2 count now to Johnson. Yeah, Struby checks with her catcher, Lexvold. Kicks and delivers. Came inside, swung on, and fouled back to the screen. Count holds at 0-2 now to Johnson. Oh, 2 pitch. That one is low and away. Make it now 1-2. One-two pitch forthcoming here from Struby. Here it is. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Count holding at 1-2. So a couple hits in the inning. A double from Swartz. Maya Anderson, the pinch runner, now at third. Balbon with a single to left. 2 aboard, 1 down, bottom half of the 6th, and a 1-1 contest here from the NBC Sports Complex as this pitch now goes over the top of the catcher. And they're going to call Maya Anderson out at the plate. Boy, that's a tough call. I don't know about that one. Anderson cut down at the plate. Balbaum moves up to third. Nevertheless, now 2 out in the inning and Johnson on 1-2. And here's the pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. Well, that call might have changed the game here. For the Yellow Jackets in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left aboard. We head to the 7th. Your score, Northwestern 1, Yellow Jackets 1. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. We're back here for the top half of the 7th. It'll be a pinch hit here for Northwestern. It'll be Emma Westrate. And we'll step in here. Hitting .344 on the season. No home runs, 6 RBIs. 11 hits and 32 trips. As Westrate pinch hits here for Hannah Lexvold. Then we'll flip to the top of the batting order for Lanny Shopper and Bryn Anderson here for Georgia Youngblood in a 1-1 contest. And a called strike over the inside corner now to Westrate. She came in as a pinch runner yesterday. Oh, 1 pitch. Check swing. That one stays high. And evens up the count now 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Now one stays high now. 2-1 your count. Next offering is over the inside corner, and that evens up the count now 2-2. 2-2 pitch. On the way, here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Youngblood strikes out the pinch hitter Westrate. 1 up and 1 down here for Northwestern in the 7th, and here now is Laney Shopper to bat. Shopper 1 for 3 thus far, has a double, a pop out and a ground out so far in her 3 previous at-bats, all of those coming against starter Abby Mitchell. And the first pitch from Youngblood is high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 down here, top half of inning number 7 in a 1-1 draw between the Yellow Jackets and Northwestern. Jackets had a chance to take the lead in the bottom of the 6th. On a wild pitch as this pitch is swung on and hit deep to center field. That one way back, and that one is gone. Solo shot for Shopper. And Northwestern has the lead. 2-1. The home run for Shopper is her 2nd, her 25th RBI. And now UWS down 2-1. And I think we're going to have another pitching change. Looks like it's going to be Mitchell that's going to come back in here. And the Jags will be thinking about that call at home plate last inning. On the would-be wild pitch, Maya Anderson called out at home. That would have given the Jackets the lead, but now they trail 2-1. Pinch runner Maya Anderson ruled out at the home plate by our home plate umpire here. As Mitchell comes back into the ball game here now. 2-1 your score. Anderson steps in now with her team up 2-1. 1 for 3 so far. And a single in the first, then reached on an error in the 3rd, and then popped out to 2nd in the 5th. Here's the pitch from Mitchell. Pitch comes over the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 your count. One delivery on the way. Swung on and popped up. Short right field. Balabon coming in. She'll make the catch. 2 down now here in the 7th, and here's Emma Edwards to bat. Edwards so far 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a flyout to her credit here so far. His first 2 strikeouts came against the starter Mitchell, who's back in there now. The last flyout came against Georgia Youngblood, who right now is on the hook for the loss. And the first pitch looked outside, but he calls it a strike. 0-1 your count here to Edwards. One pitch. One stays high, evens up the count now 1-1. 2-1. Northwestern with a solo home run in the 6th and a solo home run here in the 7th. Hannah Story homering in the 6th to make it a 1-1 contest, and then Laney Shopper with 1 out, homering to left center. Give Northwestern the lead as this pitch is swung on and fouled back. 1-2 your count. As Mitchell kicks and delivers. That one off the plate outside, now 2-2. Two and two with 2 down here. Northwestern with the lead run in on the solo home run. And here's the pitch. That one's off the plate outside, now 3-2. Three-two pitch on the way. Swung on and fisted back to the screen, foul. And the count remains full at 3-2. Should Edwards keep the inning going, it would be Oberle who would bat next here. Three-two on the way. Here it is. Swung on and grounded out to third. Stuckmeyer up with it. Will throw her to first. And now we'll retire the side here in the 7th. But not before Northwestern takes the lead. The solo home run to left center from Lainey Shopper, her second of the season. And her 25th RBI has given Northwestern a 2-1 lead for the Eagles. 1 run, 1 hit. No Yellow Jacket errors and nobody left aboard. We head to the bottom half of the 7th. Yellow Jackets trailing at 2-1. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here for the bottom of the 7th, it'll be Kylie Zwak, Sophia Otto, and Peyton Bennett due up here against Ireland Struby, who has her first lead of the ball game thanks to the solo home run the top half of this inning from Lainey Shopper. 2-1 your scores. Zwak leads it off. 1 for 1 with a walk so far is Kylie Zwak. And the first pitch from Ireland Struby is low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One-0 pitch from Struby, trying to beat the Yellow Jacks for the second time in 2 days here. Kicks and delivers. This pitch is swung on and popped foul. Back towards us. Loud thud on the roof of the press box back here. Indicates a 1-1 count now to Kylie Zwak. One delivery on the way. That one off the plate to make it now 2-1. Two-one pitch. Here it is. Swung on and popped foul. Off to the right. Now 2-2 your count to Zwak here. Yellow Jackets needing a run to tie and 2 to win. In this rubber match of the 3-game set, Northwestern came in at 10-1 in the league. The Jackets at 7-4. As the 2-2 pitch is on the way, this one low for ball 3. Now 3-2 your count. With Otto waiting on deck. 3-2 pitch from Struby. Here it is. Swung on and fouled off to the right. And we'll do it again here on 3-2. Struby up to 110 pitches now. So she's been forced to work a lot harder than she did yesterday. She had 12 strikeouts in the game yesterday, beating the Jackets 4-1. As this pitch is swung on and tapped foul. Count remains 3-2. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, ground out to short. Shopper up with it. Throws to first, and Zwak is retired. 6-3 on the scoring play. 1 up and 1 down. And now Sophia Otto will bat here for the Yellow Jackets.
At the plate, number 14, Sophia Otto.
Otto for the Yellow Jackets so far, 0 for 1 with a walk. And the first pitch to her. Called strike over the inside corner. 0-1 your count. And this pitch is swung on and popped up. Shopper comes over, and she will muff the catch. Otto reaches on the E6. So tying run aboard here with 1 down, and now here's Peyton Bennett for the Yellow Jackets, who is hitless in the series.
Peyton Bennett.
0 for 3 with a run scored in this one. To say that Peyton Bennett is due would be an understatement. First pitch to her. Swung on and bounced foul. Otto over at first, 1 down. See if that error comes back to bite the Eagles here. An 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Bennett squaring around and will bunt it foul. Oh, and 2 your count. And the pitch. Swung on and line to center field for a base hit. Otto will stop at second. So Bennett, that's our first hit of the series, a single to center. Tying a run now at second base, and that'll bring up Carly Stuckmeyer here for UWS. And the heart of the Yellow Jacket batting order due up here with Stuckmeyer followed by Snyder.
At the plate, number 22, Carly Stuckmeyer.
Stuckmeyer so far 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and a walk. Took a called third strike in her last at bat in the 5th. She bats with 2 aboard, 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th, and UWS down by a run as the first pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One 0 pitch on the way. One off the plate, now 2-0. Your count now to Stuckmeyer. That one's high for 3-0. So things getting interesting here in the bottom of the 7th. The 3-0 pitch on the way. And this one over the outside corner makes it now 3-1. Three-one delivery on the way now from Struby. Here it is. Swung on and hit to center field, actually short, out in the right, and the catch will be made here. And now there are 2 out. It's popping up to second with Stuckmeyer. 2 down, runner still on first and second, and it comes down to Larissa Snyder here for UWS. Snyder so far 1 for 2 with a sacrifice. And now the coaching staff going to come in. It's going to be Alicia Dumonceau that's going to go into the circle now and talk to her team. You would think they're going to be pretty careful here with Larissa Snyder, especially with Lesha waiting on deck. So I expect that Struby, like I said, is going to work carefully here to Snyder. In a 2-1 contest, 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Tying run at second for the Yellow Jackets, winning run at first. And here's Snyder now to bat. First pitch, swung on and popped foul. Coming over and having a look was Edwards. And it is foul for strike one. 0-1 your count now to Snyder. She has the RBI on the Yellow Jackets' lone run. And a double in the first. She gets a double here. The Jackets might win this one. In the meantime, tying run at second base with 2 out. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Struby's ahead in the count now, 0-2. Oh, 2 to Snyder. 2 out, bottom of the 7th. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Northwestern takes 2 out of 3 as they down the Yellow Jackets. Final score here, Northwestern 2, Yellow Jackets 1. We'll take a quick break and come back with our post-game show sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Spear Refinery right after this. This is UWS Softball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. We're back here at the NBC Spartan Sports Complex. Northwestern downs the Yellow Jackets by a final score of 2-1 here. Tough loss for UWS. Led for the vast majority of the game, but back-to-back solo home runs in the 6th and 7th innings. One in the 6th and one in the 7th allows Northwestern to win it by the final score of 2-1. The Jackets will have plenty to think about between now and tomorrow when they take on Crown here. More on that in a moment. Recapping the scoring in this one, the Yellow Jackets scoring their lone runner back in the first when Peyton Bennett reached on an error and then was driven home on an RBI double by Larissa Snyder. That gave the Yellow Jackets a 1-0 lead that lasted all the way until the 6th inning. When with 1 out in the top of the 6th, Hannah Story hit her 4th home run of the season to center field. A solo shot off of Georgia Youngblood, who takes the loss, by the way. I made it a 1-1 contest, and then with 1 out in the top half of the 7th, Eleni Shopper with the home run to left center field. Her 2nd of the season, her 25th RBI, and that proves to be the game-winning hit in this one. Both those home runs coming off for Georgia Youngblood, who takes the loss. And the Yellow Jackets go down to the feed here by the final score of 2-1. Had 2 runners on in the bottom of the 7th, but a pop-out from Carly Stuckmeyer and then a strikeout of Larissa Snyder ended it. And the Yellow Jackets lose their 5th conference game here of the 2026 campaign, while Northwestern goes to 11-1 in league play. Winning pitcher in this one, Ireland Struby. She beats the Yellow Jackets twice in 2 games. Only gives up a total of 2 runs to the Yellow Jackets, over the 2 games. She goes to 11-4 with the complete game. Had to work a lot harder for this one, but the Yellow Jackets still can get over the top on it. And Northwestern as a team with the win now sitting at 20-12 overall. They're now 11-1 in the league. Meanwhile, the loss again to Georgia Youngblood for the Yellow Jackets. She falls to 1-2. Jackets now 17-13 overall, 7-5 in the UMAC Conference. Up next for UWS, they'll be back at it tomorrow. They'll be taking on Crown for the first of 3. That'll be a 4 p.m. opening pitch here from the NBC Spartan Sports Complex. Yours truly will be on with the pregame starting at about 3:45 tomorrow. A big thank you to Evan Ludwig, who was my engineer. Also a big thank you to everybody who tuned in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we hope you'll join us again tomorrow for the final 3 home games of the 2026 campaign for the Yellow Jackets, being tomorrow against Crown. Again, 4